Summer is officially here, so you guys know what that means. Summer books. Hey guys, I'm Jamie. Welcome back or to my channel if you are new. I am so excited for today's video because if you literally ask any of my friends, I literally cannot stop recommending books. It is my passion. I love to do it and I want to do it for you guys. So today we are talking summer book recs and books that I just think pair good with summer or that are set in summer. So let's start with the first book, shall we? Okay, so first I'm gonna start with some YA books that are set in summer and that I just think pair really well with summer weather. So the first book I have is Love and Gelato. This book I read I think 2 years ago now, and it's just such a fun summer book. So this teenage girl, after her mom passes away, she goes to Italy because her mom, I think, left her like a note or a letter or something wanting her to visit this place and somebody in Italy. So she goes to Italy and she's kind of trying to figure out who her dad is because she never knew who he was. And also just like she gets to explore this new country. And so if you guys are ever thinking about traveling to Italy, this book will make you want to go even more. Ever since I read this book, I just want to go to Italy so bad. And this has a really cute friends to lovers plot. So yeah, I think it is a great summer book to add to your TBR. I couldn't help recommending this next book with the season 2 of its TV show coming out soon. It is The Summer I Turned Pretty. This book series may be a little on the more juvenile end, a little younger, but I think that it is still super fun and you can prepare for season 2 by reading the whole trilogy. If you guys don't know what this book is about, this is about Belly, and it is a kind of a love triangle series. I don't know if I necessarily would call, I guess this one has a love triangle in it too. But it's basically about Belly and her falling in love and dealing with life. And this also, like, this series deals with grief. And yeah, if you haven't heard of it, it is a great series. Okay, the next book I have is The Summer of Broken Rules. I just think this book is such a fun summer read. And kind of like the premise of this book, which I didn't even know when I read it, is it has one of those games of like Assassin, or like everybody has like their target, and it is set at a wedding weekend. So it was super fun, like the two families coming together. And this book also talks about grief a little bit, which is interesting because The Summer I Turned Pretty does too. But this book is more than just a romance. So yeah, definitely pick it up, and it's a super fun, quick, fast-paced summer read. And then this next book, I don't really see anybody talk about it, but it is Instant Karma. And I just think this book is so fun, and this book is also set in summer. So these two kids, they have to work together on this project because at the end of the school year, Prudence did not like the grade that she ended up in her science class, and so they are offered this assignment to do over the summer to see if she can raise their grade. And this is a little bit of enemies to lovers, and it also has like some magical realism elements if you guys like that. But yeah, I just thought this was a super fun summer read. It might not be for everybody, but I do think that if the synopsis sounds good to you, then definitely pick it up because it's such a fun summer read. Okay, moving on to adult romance. I have 3 recs here. The first one is From the Jump, about a friend group that goes on vacation, and specifically focusing on one of the girls in the friend group and her romance with somebody else in the friend group. I don't know how to explain this book best, but I just think that it is such a fun summer read. It has vacation in it. She kind of has a hard time like trying new things, and so on this vacation she kind of tries to discover more about herself and also falls in love, of course. Now, it wouldn't be one of my book rec videos without mentioning an Emily Henry book, so I definitely would put Happy Place on your summer reading list. Not only is the cover literally so summery, but it's also about another friend group, I think also not from college, but another friend group that they are going on their trip that they go on to like one of the girls' like family beach house, I think. But the main couple has recently broken up, and so they decide to fake date instead of tell their friends because they don't want to ruin the trip. And so they have to pretend to date after just breaking up. So their breakup is really fresh to specifically the female lead, but also to him as well. They're trying to navigate lying to their friends, but also trying to have a fun trip all together. And it's about knowing that you're good enough for yourself and about transition. And I just love Emily Henry's writing so much. This book made me cry multiple times, but it is amazing and it does have a happy ending, so don't worry about that. And then last book, I just like saw this one on my shelf and I thought to mention it because it is also like very summery to me, just because it's set at a beach house, and that is The Roughest Draft. The Roughest Draft is about these two writers that they wrote a book together, and then something happens in their past to the effect that she doesn't want to write together anymore, but they still have one book left in their contract, so they end up writing together at this like vacation house. And I don't know, it's really good. I love like them writing stuff to each other back and forth. I loved the whole like writing process, seeing them like work together. I really liked it, and it is very summery in the setting and everything like that, so I would add this to your TBR as well. Next, I have some fantasy recs that I just like feel like should be summer recs. Like, they're not necessarily set in summer, but I just think they're fun and just like more summer feeling fantasies, if that makes any sense. But the first book I have is Foul Lady Fortune. So this is like kind of a continuation of These Violent Delights. It is one of the side characters from that book. It's her story. But this has the fake marriage trope. It's about spies. It has like mystery. I don't know. I just literally love this book so much, and I definitely feel like it's a fun summer fantasy. So if you've read the These Violent Delights duology, definitely pick this up this summer because it's just such a fun time, and it's very fast-paced. And the second book is coming out in September, so you gotta be ready for that one. So I would read it this summer. Next, I will not shut up about this book because I'm trying to get more people to read it, and that is The Prison Healer. I absolutely adore this series. I think it's so fun, and it's just such a fun time. So we're following this girl who is imprisoned after something her family does, and she ends up being the prison healer, and it's her journey out of jail and everything that comes along with that. And it also has like, I wouldn't say like forbidden romance, but like almost a forbidden romance. But yeah, I just want more people to read this so I can talk about it with them. It is a trilogy, so there's 3 books in the series. It is a complete series, so you guys can binge the series this summer, and then you can come back and comment so we can chat about it. Next, I was going through my bookshelf to just like come up with ideas for this video of which books I wanted to recommend to you guys, and this book just stood out to me because it is also set in summer, and you guys might know it. It is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I don't know why I decided to recommend this because it's been out for like a really long time, and so if you've heard about it, you've probably picked it up and read it. But I think more people like me that didn't read it when we were younger and kind of missed out on when it was so hyped up, I would still definitely recommend it to people. It's one of my all-time favorite series, and this one is set in summertime, and Percy and his friends are going on this quest. So it just feels summery to me. I don't know why, but it just does. So if you haven't read Percy Jackson yet, I would pick it up this summer. It's your time to read it. And then I'm gonna recommend 2 mysteries because I don't know what it is about summer, but I love reading mysteries in summer. So I have 2 to show you guys. The first one is the most popular, and that is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This is about Pip Fitzimobi. and she is doing a capstone project for her senior year of high school, and she decides to look into this kind of finished case in her town, but she kind of considers it a cold case because she doesn't think that they caught the right person. So she decides to take it into her own hands and start investigating this past murder-suicide. The last book I have to show you guys is one of my new favorite book series. If you guys like the show Psych, I would recommend Grave Reservations. This book is about an actual psychic who saves this guy's life from an airplane going down, and he turns out to be a detective, and so he calls her up asking for help on one of their cases because he's having a hard time cracking this one, and he'll take all the help he can get. So he calls her up for some psychic help. So yeah, if that sounds interesting, pick this up. It's so good. And again, if you like the show Psych, I definitely think that you guys would like this book. Okay, so that's all the books I have to show you guys. I hope that you at least pick one of these up to read this summer, and happy reading. Bye guys.